please let this be a normal van build.
With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it.
Welcome to Van Build Day 6. Today we are installing the furring strips on the walls, hopefully the ceiling, hopefully the bed supports, but that's honestly very ambitious for how many hours are left in the day. Alright, so I just went to Lowe's, and it cost me $196 to get this wood and 2 things of screws. Basically, our mission today, should you choose to accept it, is to make this. This is the sketch I made for my framing, but it probably looks like gibberish to you. The sketch was the easy part, but calculating the wood was where I fumbled because I forgot to buy wood for the ceiling, which is actually fine because I literally bought my Lowe's out of 1x3x6 pine and would have had to go somewhere else anyway. So basically, I'm going to cut down these 1x3s to go this way, and this way, and this way, and all the ways. Anywhere that I want to be able to hang things later on to have really good support, that's where I'm going to put these. So this is a 1x3 pine, and I decided to go with this even though as of last week I was planning on using 1/2-inch Baltic birch, because after making the floor with 1/2-inch Baltic birch and making the supports out of 1/2-inch Baltic birch, I just don't feel like they're as sturdy as I want and need them to be for, I mean, it's a safety concern at that point. Anything that flies off the wall because it's not secured well enough could fly up at me if I get in an accident and hit me, which is not really how I want to die. I have much more epic plans for dying. Being hit with a cabinet, not it. I feel like Gandalf. And there are 2 different common ways to attach the furring strips to the wall. For these pieces that go right here that are going to be supporting my bed, I'm going to be using Rivnuts. These are actually a lot stronger than just using a screw, which is why I'm going to be using them to hold up my bed, as well as I'll be using the hexagon shapes, none of the circle shapes, because the hexagons are a lot stronger. It'll keep the Rivnut from spinning. However, I would like to finish this van build in the next 5 years, so I'm not going to be using them everywhere on the whole build. It was fun though. Okay, not the best technique. Actually, boom, 1 piece done.
I am the greatest.
The reason that I am clamping these on right now is because I have to measure these pieces in between and I want them to be so exact, but I also want to paint everything first and I'll have to repaint. So we're going to hope for the best. If I have to repaint, it's not the end of the world. I have the first 2 pieces cut that are going to go here. It's fine. Don't mind me scratching the metal. Just avert your eyes.
Few inches later, eventually, 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
I need to know where the closet is going to be, that way that the wall can come up and hold onto that and be super sturdy. So I already have the closet measurements measured out on the floor, so I can just assume that it's going to be about here, which is where I'm going to want a beam here. And I know I'm going to have a partition door here-ish, so I'll put another just as close to the edge as possible. Basically, I'm a Jedi. Ciao. I would get a lot more done if I wasn't making sarcastic comments every 5 seconds. Who would I be? Tango. All right, let's get in there. So I love my jigsaw. I feel most comfortable using it, and it's also the easiest to set up and to use. But this is me remembering I'm not Ryan Reynolds, so I'm not perfect, and so my cut was not perfect. And I should have used the miter saw to get an exact 90-degree angle, because these really have to be like puzzle pieces and nice and snug, and the wavering in my cutting stopped that on this cut, so I just sanded this one down to be better and got out the miter saw for the rest. But just a reminder, taking the easy path isn't always easy in the end when you have to fix the end product. This is so exciting. Like taking shape, but also not at all. Not anywhere near that. I'm just overhyping myself for doing the bare minimum, as per usual. All right. Ooh, these are perfect. These are perfectly even. We're getting better. I gotta bring you with me. Come on. There. Something like that. So the conundrum that I'm currently overthinking is the size of the bed. I've already mapped out measurements for the entire build of the van, but right now, just looking around, I'm thinking I actually don't want a queen size bed again. But there are two major points that have me going back and forth. Adding a partition door is going to make the space feel and be smaller, so I could get that space back by taking it off the bed. But also, not having a big enough bed for two people changes the resale value or amount of people interested in buying the van when I eventually go to sell it. And while that may be many, many moons away, it's still something I think I should consider. I eventually sat on the floor and placed the wood where it would be at 60 inches and 55 inches, just to imagine and feel out the space. And that made me just really feel how small the space was, and how 5 inches of a bed is nothing for one person, but 5 inches more of living space is a lot when living in a van. And I shouldn't let a potential buyer 10 years down the road from now dictate how I live in the van those 10 years. So that's how I ended up choosing 55 inches for the bed. From there, I finally moved on to the Rivnuts and opening my Rivnut tool. All that I do is I take the Rivnut and I screw it onto the Rivnut tool. I take it and I put it in one of the hexagon holes. It tightens the back of it and it flattens it out, and it really just connects it. But then you can screw things into these without screwing into the metal directly. A lot of people will do their entire van builds in Rivnuts to avoid drilling directly into the metal and then potentially getting rust. It has a stronger hold, etc. I don't care enough. That's the dead ass truth. I'm so sorry, Grandma. I know you watch these videos. So now we're gonna put in these 4 Rivnuts, and then I have to wait for the bolts to come in from Amazon any minute now. Like most things in my van build, I'm not saying this is the best way to do things. This is just how I'm choosing to do things. And the reason I choose this method is because I did it in my last build and it worked for 3 years and held up for me. And I don't see a need to fix what's not broken. If you're looking for professional advice though, and having a hard time searching through a bunch of YouTube videos by first or second time van builders and aren't sure what to believe, Van Life Academy is a van building program that will walk you through how to build a van by numerous professional builders who have built countless vans, and it's all organized in a build timeline for an easy to follow process, from budgeting to sync installation, even to learning about how to live on the road after. I have a discount referral code link for 50% off in my description if you're interested. Anyway, as you can see, I am not strong enough to just use the Rivnut tool with just my arms, unfortunately, so I am literally digging it into my hips, and it is very painful, honestly. That was a surprisingly painful task. This is another reason I will not be doing this all over the van, because I literally have to use my leg as force. And how am I going to get my leg up here? Not for the weak. I was gonna put one side in and then record myself doing the other side when I got more confident with it, but I messed this side up pretty bad, and now I'm like kind of in a mental downward spiral and have not built in the last hour. Though I had to post videos of Product Van Life, and I had a work thing due, so I did work in a way. I don't know, why did I do this? Why did I subject myself to this? Why did you let me? I don't know, it's not perfect, but I guess I was delusional for thinking it would be, so. Anyway, to try to rejuvenate the spirits and get my Mojo Dojo back. My Mojo Dojo? Jojo? My Mojo back. We're gonna open a very exciting box.
Back again, Harry? I see that you, like so many before you, have discovered the delights of the mirror of Erised. It shows us nothing more or less than the deepest and most desperate desires of our hearts. And I must ask you not to go looking for it again. It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live.
Yeah, that did it. My motivation is back. I'm super psyched. We gotta finish this van build right now. We don't have time. Why have you been dilly-dallying? We do not have time. We must finish now. Look at this. It needs a wall to be hung on. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. It was $300, but it was worth it. I actually don't know if I like this or the sword better. But genuinely, like this is everything. Oh my god. She's stunning. She's really heavy though, unfortunately, which worries me, but we'll figure it out because we have to. All right, so we have a new goal for today, which is no longer to finish everything. That was a little unrealistic, but we appreciate the enthusiasm, honestly. Instead, my goal is to have everything cut out. Motivation. Think of the mirror. We got this. Let go.
So in the end, I get about 85% of the boards cut out, but I need to still go back to Lowe's and pick up more for the ceiling and do the pieces that will connect the ceiling and the horizontal supports, which are some of the trickiest ones. But that's all we have time for today, so I will see you next time for part 2, and I'll include some more details on where I decide to place them and why, as well as the final cost and more details. I'm a little sad that I didn't make any visible progress on the build this week. Time flies when you're working full-time and trying to build and make and edit videos, and honestly, I just keep trying to remind myself there is no deadline but the one I create for myself, and that the joy is supposed to be in the journey of the build. But honestly, every time that I'm out building, I think about quitting at least once or twice, but that is literally not an option, so we just keep powering through, and I am so thankful to have all of you to share this adventure with, and so many of you have helped motivate me on the hard days with the kind things you say in the comments, so thank you so much to everyone who is riding this crazy roller coaster every step of the way with me. I'll see you next week.